Yo, what's up? It's DJL7, and today I'm going to actually say something about my time yesterday at the New York City Council. Interns, they're trying to get paid and stuff like that. So the fact of the matter is that, the interns are really City Hall insiders, and this is good and bad. They could be a very potentially potent addition to my coalition, which includes the longest wrongfully incarcerated men in New York State history, the disabled, people that have been gentrified out of anti-war activism, and also people that have been the victims of educational administrator abuse, things like that. But while I said there's some good things about it, right? Them being insiders, right? Which you could see that their event, the video will come out. They actually were covered by CBS News, Channel 2. The thing is that, I also had myself on record of taking the longest wrongfully incarcerated men in history, the disabled, to these news stations. A victim of deed theft, her name is K. Marie Presley. We actually camped outside of their headquarters and had an event, and they completely ignored us. But the thing is that this reporter, who I know, she's on the press team for Mamdani, she gets to ask a lot of questions. She hangs out at City Hall and she gets to know these interns, and they develop a relationship, and these are human beings to them, right? But for the rest of us, and I'm not trying to put down the reporter. The thing is that while I am working with historically relevant people like the longest wrongfully incarcerated men in state history, etc., there's so many different stories of tragedy that are going past them every day that it just becomes noise to them. But the interns are getting their issue looked at. Not only that, but a lot of the interns have knowledge about what's going on behind the scenes, relationships, things like that. That could really help me and my team. But when I went there, actually, I've been feeling nervous about it because there's a lot of people that are... Remember I said that being an insider could be good? It also can be bad, because the thing is that certain people on the inside are instructed not to work with me or my coalition. Once again, right, we could be a very potent addition. They are kind of taking on the system themselves by demanding pay, and I support that. And let me tell you why. Because the thing is that when you have an internship program that doesn't pay, right? It happens in the paid world as well too, but it's more accentuated. There's exploitation that's going on of these young people that want to make careers for themselves, and it's telling them you're worth nothing, you're replaceable. And what happens is that allows certain armies to be built on exploitation of others' dreams. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of these city council people want to champion like they're peoples of justice, right? Another thing that I want you to take a look at the footage is, notice that all the interns, right, especially the ones who are speaking, are all pretty attractive young females. And I'm not saying that's all good or bad, but there's definitely elements of exploitation that are going on. And how's the council member named Epstein? It's not good. Yeah, look, I know a bunch of leaders. I actually think Harvey Epstein is one of the better ones. I know it's weird for me to say that, especially right now. But the way he's treating the situation is the way that managers treat it, right? And if you look into the details of the case, there's a speech that I'll be putting out later on my channel. Because I'm still going to support this move, even though I don't think they're going to support us back. Just on the principle of it, and shout out to Yellow Brick Road, okay? And shout out to, other people in my clique that stand on principle. I still support them in their fight, even though, and the thing is that as I tried to speak with them and talk with them, several of them refused to take my information. So I know they've been told or instructed about me. I heard them whisper the name Republican as I walked away. And that's fine, I'm actually proud to be Republican. The fact of the matter is that they want to apply a label and think that gives them understanding of who I am and the reason to dismiss the things that I say. This is the same thing that's used against all minority groups. So look, the fact of the matter is that I stand with the interns, but we got to look at what's really going on here. And if they're going to join the coalition, remember that there's certain people behind them. People that are low will go to anyone to get help. That's why I work with the homeless, disabled, people that have been, wrongfully incarcerated, people that have been abandoned, people that have nowhere else to go. These interns, when they don't get back to me, that's because someone else is feeding them. Someone else is giving them something that gives them the ability to say, you know what, I'm I don't need you. I'm too good for you. I'm not saying they're wrong to do that, right? Those other forces, once again, they're on CBS 2 News. They're being covered by all the major news outlets. Okay? They're part of the, right? If they should associate with us, that would detract from their own message as other instances of injustice are addressed versus their own. It would just split the attention of the press that they are working to get. So I understand. So remember that I can't, until I hear back from them, which I don't think I will, okay? There's something called reciprocity. And I want to shout out Mutio John Sabaru. He's a real inspiration. As people out here that have nothing, okay? These interns complaining about, not being paid and stuff like that. I'm literally homeless right now because I'm blackballed by the community that's taking care of you right now. CBS 2 News and DSA and all the other people that's feeding you in the background. By the way, I want to shout out Diana Moreno's flunky right there, who when I was there, right, supporting the event, tried to start running interference because even though I actually have done more actually to fight against IPAC, I've gathered candidates from all around the nation to ask, right, what they would do to stop foreign interference in our elections. You can see it on my channel. I've gotten together candidates from all across the nation for many years, for several years now, right? But the fact of the matter is that there's still a group that they can kick down on. We look at Chuck Park, right? The Working Families Party refused to endorse him. There's certain communities like Asian Americans that are often left behind in this discussion. But that it is what it is. Like I'm working. It's not just being Asian American. There's also, once again, Black people, like the longest law enforcement in New York State history, are being passed over by the dirty politicians at the top, or the friendly, reliable activists that you are actually marketed by the press, by the people that have access, and the people that get to be somebody, not like you or me. So it's going to take me some time to put together that video, right? Editing and stuff, I really don't have a lot of, I'm homeless, so I got to really, it caused a lot of extra stuff for me to do. It is what it is, yeah? All right, so the interns, there's a culture of your work is worth something. And the reason why they're treating you like this, right, and actually taking retaliatory action, you're not the first. They've done that to a lot of other people before you, who's an insider, who's in the inner circle, who gets to be close and next to them, right? Yeah? Who got access because you're young, pretty, and attractive. It's okay to be young, pretty, and attractive, but it's not okay for young, pretty, and attractive people to replace us, right? And you can see that's actually how the whole gamut of, that little crew inside there is going to become the future content creators for the political world. These interns, or they're going to become staff and they're going to become elected themselves. This is a path that they pay their dues in anywhere you have young, attractive people that are kind of like trying to make a career for themselves, and I've seen people showing up. You think that's a good combination? Once again, don't want to just harp on the Epstein thing. I think that, he's actually done some things for public housing in ways that other electeds have not. So I respect that. I want to just put that out there once again. This is not just a assault on Harvey Epstein. But on this issue, right, we can't agree on everything. And on some things you're right, and on some things you're wrong. Epstein, you need to go in, review what's going on. I know Shakar says he doesn't know about this. He was there at the event, right? All the Democratic Socialists went and hovered around him like he was going to help them. He said he don't know about the issue. I know about the issue. I got your back. I'm Republican. DSA leadership, I'm telling you right now, I have it on camera, is working to prevent me from supporting you and prevent the public from knowing about this. With friends like those, who needs enemies? Yeah? With friends like those, who needs enemies? That's what's up.